Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys game 2 of MYM versus Kayapi. Oh man, I almost forgot how to pronounce her name. And we're into game 2. Game 1 has been won by MYM, as you see at the top of the screen. These little beautiful ticks at the under the picking, I guess they set them as the best of 2 and give 1 win to MYM. So MYM currently with a 1 win, and that's going to carry over through the rest of the league. So good start for them for the season. KP I don't know very much about other than 3 of their players who I recognize, but they did okay. They had some coordination problems. I think they also had some damage problems in the mid game. I think maybe if they would have gone slightly different item builds, their strength could have been a little higher. Maybe if they opted for a straight damage item on the Naga, maybe going to Fusel Blade first would have been more useful. She would have lacked some HP then, but I dare say she could have gone a slightly different item build. At least skip the Hand of Midas perhaps, because at the late game Morphling obviously can just farm your heroes using the Ethereal Blade. So, I don't know. Hand of Midas puts you in the late game, and then he kills your supports late game easily. It's like, well, congratulate your Naga will have farm, but I don't know. I think they really just needed to be a little stronger in the early game, maybe when Morphling was still farming, and win some of those crucial team fights early on, which they weren't really able to do, partially because of some team fight mistakes, but I also think they were lacking some damage as well on top of that. So we will now see a TA ban, Darkseer ban, Rubik ban once again, except this time second round we see a Lycan Morphling and a Naga Siren. This time KP banning both Morphling and Naga Siren. So basically they don't want to have to deal with those nasty hard carries that people don't like dealing with. So Leshrek's the first pick. Still Invoker in the pool, and surely other OP heroes that I'm completely forgetting about from the Dire team. It's going to be Meteor Makers. But they get 2 picks. No. Trying to rack my brain. Chen is a possibility. We could see them play Chen again. They will play Chen again, and Invoker as well. So we'll see MYM playing the Invoker this game. I'd like to see a Quaswex, probably one of my favorite Invokers. Exhort build is very good, but we didn't really see it played. Didn't really execute extremely well in the last game. I mean, Invoker did get the Hand of Midas, of course, but he really didn't feel like he had that much of a presence. And the Sunstrike was kind of overkill, because even the times they killed Beastmaster on the bot lane, they didn't even need Invoker's damage to get the kill, because they already had Sand King and Leshrek and the Naga nets. Like, so much killing power. Naga's ability to set up kills is very, very strong.
5 seconds remaining.
So 2 picks coming now for the Dire team. Leshrek starts things off. Most likely we'll be playing him as a support here, which is how we usually see it, but his pushing power is going to be there. Leshrac also getting a nerf in the next patch. His cast animation is going to be re-added to Diabolic Edict, which means that when you're chasing after people, you have to cast the Diabolic Edict. You didn't have to do this before. It was an instant cast. You could continue running, cast Diabolic Edict, and roll right through somebody. It's actually be a Tidehunter already drafted, so they're going for team fight as well as push. So Tidehunter gives them team fight. They get pushed from Leshrac and Nature's Prophet. And this means that while they're pushing with the Nature's Prophet and the Leshrac, the Dire team, or the Dire team is going to be scared to fight them. They're going to be scared to fight them because they've got to worry about a Ravage. In early game, if Tidehunter is 6, that's not something you want to deal with. Ravage really can swing team fights so easily. It becomes very problematic to initiate, because if you try to jump on your tower and defend it, you're running right into a Ravage, and if that catches multiple heroes, it can really cause problems, especially if you get Leshrac Split Earth follow-ups. It's just so nasty to deal with that stuff. So on the bright side, KP is lacking disables a little bit at the moment. Other than Ravage and Split Earth, they don't have a stun, though Sprout can in some ways be very usable in that way. So last pick from MYM now before we go to the second rounds of bans. Radiant team still looking for a support. They have a jungler from Chen, they have a solo mid, and they also need a hard carry. So do they want to pick a hard carry now, or are they going to worry about them getting banned out? We'll see. Most of the really, really popular ones are gone. So maybe we'll see something a little more light on the carry potential, and they're going to go for a support. So they grab Venomancer, which will not only give them push, but also gives them tons of counter push against Nature's Prophet. Better against Nature's Prophet's push than Leshrac's, because the Plague Wards cannot tank up Diabolic Edict damage, or prevent it in any way basically, other than maybe killing the creep wave, and therefore Leshrac having no tank. But wards are great at counter pushing. If you have 6 wards set up and the Treants come forward, they start getting 2-shotted by volleys of Plague Ward shots. So Venomancer is so good at counter pushing. He's pretty good at team fight as well if he can land his AoE, his ulti that is. And his Venomous Gale is arguably one of the best level 1 spells in the game. I believe people call them 1 skill point wonders, something like that. Generally you look at abilities like Gale or Vengeful Spirit Stun, not as appreciated as it used to be, by the way, but primarily Gale, probably one of the best level 1 skills in the game. It's AoE and insane amounts of slow that you get at level 1. It's very, very strong skill from Venomancer. So Chaos Knight's going to get banned, one of those lighter hard carries I was talking about, unless you get very, very late. He's one of the hardest carries in the game, but very likely pick up, especially with the Leshrac. Chaos Knight throws its stun first, Leshrac follows up. Now, I would argue that Nature's Prophet was definitely more valuable than the Chaos Knight draft. I think that's pretty legitimate to see that. But actually seeing some Wisp bans. Apparently teams are starting to be a little scared of the nastiness that Wisp can produce. Now, MYM doesn't yet have a hero that combos very effectively with Wisp, but you never know, they can still draft it, and Anti-Mage is going to be the ban. The one hard carry that I completely forgot about, who, believe it or not, is really good at this game. Anti-Mage does still see some play, though not always the most popular hero. Usually he is, heroes like Morphling or Naga Siren are favored over a hero like Anti-Mage. So, Lone Druid, the final ban out of Calliope, I believe. Man, that's so hard to say for me. I like their logo, it looks awesome, all crumbly and stuff. I think some of the teams do actually have art on the ground as well, like logos and team logos and things like that. We're waiting on Calliope to pick their hero. It's either going to be a solo mid or going to be a hard carry, unless they just do a Leshrac solo, which is a possibility. They're into reserve time now, so they're down to a minute, which is plenty of time left over for them to draft here, but this is really the foundation of their lineup, and they're going to go for a Tiny. So Tiny is going to be most likely their solo made hero. That's going to be up against Invoker. Invoker has some advantages in that lane matchup, unless there's ganks, in which case Invoker might have some issues. But Tiny as well, a very gankable hero. He's melee, he's very, very slow before he gets boots or level 6. I believe he's at 285 movement speed, which is, well, pretty much the slowest. I think there might be a 280, but I can't remember. I think Invoker, Tiny, some of the slowest heroes in the game. Somebody else is, I think there's maybe one hero that's at 280, but I can't remember who it is. I might be wrong though. So Tiny is going to be their carry / mid. Tiny's been played a lot more as a hard carry lately, opting for 3 levels of growth, get him to 16 pretty fast, give him an Aghanim Scepter so that he does cleave damage, good range, as well as cleave damage, range, siege damage. So he kills towers really fast. Now we saw eHome use this in the International 2 with a Wisp, because you can increase their attack speed by a lot, as well as making them extremely tanky, but we're just going to see a regular Tiny this time, which still works. We saw, I believe, Korok playing Tiny a lot, and who was the other player? TC as well from Complexity has also been playing a lot of Tiny lately. Usually going for a very interesting build where they go Phase Boots for the movement speed, they go Drums for the movement speed, as well as the agility and the overall stats, including the int, and they also go for a Yasha, surprisingly, to really fill in his, once again, more movement speed, more agility for more attack speed, because you don't really need damage items on Tiny because his ulti already gives him big damage boost. You just really need to offset the attack speed reduction that it gives him, so Yasha, Drum, things like that work out really nice. And they actually grab a Storm Spirit for their mid, so I'm guessing they're going to do long lane Tidehunter, jungle Nature's Prophet, Leshrac supporting a Tiny, and then a Storm Spirit mid. So as long as Storm Spirit doesn't get ganked very much at pre-6, I think he's going to be pretty okay, and this will give them decent carry potential, combining the Tiny as well as the Storm Spirit. If Storm Spirit farms very well, then I think it's going to be looking pretty good for Calliope in the late game. Now, there still hasn't been a hard carry picked by MYM, and especially since so many of them were banned, they're kind of limited on what they want to go with. Do they want to do something like a Faceless Void? I would be surprised about that, to be honest, because Tiny's got the Craigie Exterior, which means he'll occasionally stun the Faceless Void plus other stuff. And they're down to 40 seconds, so they've got to make their choice pretty soon here. They're going to be laning him with a Venomancer, whoever it is. Who's going to combo with a Venomancer? Well, pretty much any hero, because Veno is ranged, of course. And Veno is going to be up against a Tidehunter, I believe. So I'm not really sure who they'll grab for their carry, but they definitely need a carry potential, because Windrunner is going to be a long lane. She's going to have a rough time against Tiny. Leshrac, Invoker can kind of carry if he does really well, but that's pretty much the limiter there. And especially against the Storm Spirit. They've got tons of mobility. They're going to be able to pick off a lot of these heroes like Venomancer. Even Invoker is going to have to be careful. And they actually go for a Night Stalker, so they're going to kind of all in a little bit on the carry potential. They don't have much carry, but they want to win it early. They've got a Chen, they've got Venomancer for pushing. Windrunner is a relatively strong early game hero. Night Stalker especially, a very strong early game hero. Very, very good counter against Storm Spirit as well. So I think Storm Spirit now is going to have a really rough game here. And yeah, they're going to be able to push towers very quickly. The only holdback, and there's not a lot of counter push on the Dire team either, or the Radiant, excuse me. Tiny has some good AoE, but obviously very long cooldowns on that. And you can tank things up with Nature's Prophet, but other than maybe skill in Lightning Storm, which I don't expect to see out of the support Leshrac, it's going to be really rough for Calliope to slow down these pushes, I think. Especially if MYM's able to take an advantage, maybe gank the Storm Spirit once or twice, and make sure that they at least don't let Tiny get out of hand. I think this is looking like a slightly better draft for MYM here. So, oops, wrong overlay. I want this one. There we go. Thanks for being patient, guys. Back into the game. So for the Radiant team, this is going to be team. God, where's their team name? They removed it. It is Kyapi. All right, I remember it. Cool. The stand-in is going to be PAS. He's going to be playing Tidal. It actually looks like he's probably going to be in a long lane setup. Fata is going to be playing the Stormstorm Barbars on the Leshrac. Pylai Dai is playing the Nature's Prophet. Looks like he is jungling. And Arman is going to be playing the Tiny. So it looks like they are going to do the lanes I thought. Tiny, Leshrac with a jungling Nature's Prophet. Mid lane is Storm and long lane is going to be Tidehunter. For the Dire team MYM, we have Balsam playing the Night Stalker. The Nino is going to be playing Chen. Kwajkova playing the Windrunner. We have Atsi on the Venomatch. He's going to Gale actually on the Tiny. Armin might be in trouble. We'll see if they actually go on this. It's a couple right clicks. Shackle's actually going to lash, buys him a second and a half. They might be using Voids, and Armin gets dived here. Balsam's going to lose some HP. Here comes the possible stun of Balsam. They might get Balsam from this one. Nice play from Babar. Can they grab it? Yes. He's going to salve. He survives 1 HP. 1 HP, and Night Stalker is not dead. That is insane. Oh, man. He might die. Oh, God. Balsam, what are you doing? Oh, I think he got blocked by the Treant. Oh, my God. He ran past the tower again. I'm so scared from Babar. Nice play there. But Night Stalker is going to end up surviving just barely, and a salve is popped. We got the first blood. Invoker snags first blood. 400 gold. He's going to be able to pick up. Oh, his face is completely messed up. I saw this yesterday. I played Invoker myself. His skull is... I mean, his face isn't there. The new face is Void here on the mid lane. He has that weird stylish top hat and a couple pieces of armor. Yeah, Invoker's face is not there. Either way, huge pickup on the Tiny. That's going to put him back a little bit. He's going to... I think he was actually saving gold here. And he did die. I mean, he did not spend all of his money. I'm surprised he has this much already. You don't lose that much for dying at level 1, though. So, either way, big loss there. Big pickup for the Invoker to be able to get to phase boost very fast. He also grabs an Illusion, which means his last hitting power is insane at level 1, despite having kind of crappy base damage. 43 plus 9. Not very reliable base damage. And he is going to bring up Blades of Attack. This is such a nice advantage. I mean, he's got plus 18 from the start of the game. Well, plus 19 actually with the Ironwood branch. It's going to be really, really rough for Storm Spirit. His base damage is insane. Look at this. 58 Cold Snap actually. And on the high ground, nice harass here going on with the Illusions as well. Not insane amounts of damage, but either way, look at his damage now. 45 plus 18. Pretty awesome stuff. Last hits, if you guys are curious. So it's going to be a Venomancer with a Night Stalker, and this is actually an aggressive tri-lane, surprisingly, so they really want to shut them down. Now, generally, aggressive tri-lanes are not very commonly done. They're very much a gamble with a jungling hero, because if the Radiant team at all gets an advantage, you get really far behind. Now, the bonus is that the Radiant team's jungling hero is actually a Nature's Prophet, who's not a very strong hero in terms of aggressiveness in the early game. He's got right clicks and he's got Sprout and Summons, and that's really not that useful. So, at the very least, they will have an advantage as a tri-lane. Tri-lane versus tri-lane. Tiny Leshrac are very scary, but with the Nature's Prophet on top of that, they don't really have to be worried about very much. So, it's going to be definitely tough for the Radiant team to win this lane, especially after the first blood. There's some slight level advantages going on. Tiny's a melee hero, so he's not going to be that useful early. He's only got 7 last hits. One TP coming mid, almost calculus. I guess they changed their mind. Storm Spirit level 3 and Calculus now level 4. Top lane, how's this thing going? PAS is up to 7 last hits, and Windrunner is also at 7 and 3. So, nice thing about Tide with a Stout Shield. Very, very tanky. Getting 2 Anchor Smashes, 1 Kraken Chill. Guaranteed blocks at least 7 damage per auto attack, and sometimes he gets lucky and blocks 20. So, Windrunner won't be able to do that much harass until she gets some decent mana. But I do like the fact that she picked up a Magic Stick. Very forward thinking here, especially because Tide's going to cast Anchor Smash all the time. Every time he does, it's going to give her 15 mana, which is a little bit more of a power shot. And right click, diving going on, bot lane, Nature's Prophet almost TPing. And MYM really wants to make the kill here, but they've got to be so careful. They may go on Chen now. Here comes the Nature's Prophet TP. He's in trouble. Is he going to have blocking? He does have blocking. He doesn't have a Sprout, though, and he's messed up his block slightly. If Babar can land the stun, this is going to be really bad for Chen. And at the moment, it's just going to be a little right clicks. They don't even have to do it. He's just going to use Edict, and there's the kill. Nice pickup from the Dire team, and that's exactly what happens. If you get a little too overly aggressive like that and you get out of position, all of a sudden you're completely surrounded by Radiant heroes and you end up dying. And now they're going to start losing this tri-lane unless they make some kills happen, because right now it's not looking very good. They do have 600 gold on Night Stalker, so he's going to be able to buy a bottle, which will be on the way shortly, but definitely looking a little iffy here. Fata in the mid lane doesn't have his bottle yet either. This is going to be his bottle coming. He'll be able to heal up a little bit. Invoker now level 5. He's got the phase boots. He is actually going EMP Tornado build, so opting for 2 Quas and 2 Wex. Top lane still going okay. 14 last hits on Tide. He's getting tons of last hits this game. Doing a great job PAS over here. Almost out of mana though. Only has about 3 anchor smashes left to work. But he's also got 1,000 gold. So we may see him pick up a quick energy booster. Wow, big cold snap on Stormsphere. Putting him very low. Possible TP once again. But Calculus has tons of damage and tons of movement speed. Chen wants to grab a kill. Only level 3 though. This is part of the problem with an aggressive tri-lane. Usually when you die the first time, you kind of have to give up on what you're doing. They're going to find a DD actually. Which he may grab or let Invoker Snake. We'll see what happens here. At the very least, they can prevent Storm Spirit from grabbing it for sure. Oh, TP. Oh, it's going to be Nature's Prophet. Actually, he wanted to grab it. They might be able to grab the Scissors in the net. You just need a couple more right clicks from the Chen. 3 right clicks and a Test of Faith, and they will grab this kill. He didn't actually see this happening. Leshrac grabs a Night Stalker kill on the bot lane, but I think we may see this Nature's Prophet finally die here. Test of Faith. Oh my god, I think he canceled his animation a little bit too much. Can he get the Test of Faith? That big chase. I know there's other kills happening in other places, but the move is fake. No, he doesn't get it. Chen, I think you had that one. Oh man, slight miss micro from the Nino. I really think he could have gotten that kill. 100 HP, 35 HP on the Nature's Prophet. All he needed to do was cast Test of Faith, and he didn't do it. He basically needed to right-click once and just go with it. 100 minimum damage, 200 maximum. He could have snagged the kill. Guaranteed. That's pure damage that doesn't get reduced. And slight mistake from the Nino. That would have been a level 4 from him and some gold lost from the Nature's Prophet. Well, it looks like he did spend his items, but either way. Slight mistake there from Chen. I really needed to get that kill. While killing PS, possibly Test of Faith. Couple right clicks, Nature's Prophet comes in. 15 HP. Oh, the mace stun is not going to get the kill, though. Man, really big letdowns from MYM here. They're really getting close to scoring kills. What else did I miss during that epic chase? Leshrac killed Shen. That was a long time ago. Leshrac killed Night Stalker, and Invoker killed Storm Spirit. So, trading evenly there. Night Stalker dying as well as Storm Spirit dying. So, Storm Spirit now level 5. But Invoker did have that big advantage. Last hits wise, he's at 23, 24 and 6 versus 19 and 1 Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's not doing terrible though. His base damage is doing pretty okay. Picking up 2 last hits there. Tiny going phase boots, level 5, maxing out toss with 2 avalanches, and Babar is hopefully doing a double stack. Yes, he is. Oh wow, he's actually at a double camp over here. He's got to wait till the Ogre gets very low and then pulls the other camp into it. 1 TP going top. That'll be Tide Hunter going back. He's level 5 actually. Man, he's doing so well. Boots are up. And picking up last hits, good power shot. 1 gank is coming mid. Dire Team, Radiant Team actually spotting this. This is a smoked Venomancer, but just a Night Stalker. So they actually are going to get scared just because they saw the Night Stalker there. And Storm Spirit once again checks for Rune, but it's going to be bottom. And Night Stalker to be happy with that one. Level 5, actually. And no boots on Venomancer as well. So, kind of passive at the moment. They're looking to make kills, but with good ward vision, nothing's really happening here. Tide Hunter is, oh, he is level 6 actually, so he's got Ravage. He really needs a TP scroll, kind of, be able to TP support. He's so close to Arcane Boots, so he's going to spot the Night Stalker. Will anybody TP? Oh, he almost gets nuked, but he jukes around the tree. Now things get dangerous for him, so he's just going to be able to pick off 2 Treants to grab some golden EXP from that. Nice plays so far from everybody. I really want this Tide Hunter to pick up Arcane and a TP, though. Once he grabs this, if anybody gets dived on, he's going to be able to TP Ravage. There's actually going to be fights going on. Storm Spirit, he's silencing a little bit of cold snap and a right click. He balls out just in time. Oh, that was very, very close. Leshrac gets a kill on Venomancer, and Balsam is not dead yet, and the nuke's still going to get him. Maybe if he would have ball lightning to the other side instead, he could add more time to juke, but Night Stalker was able to snag the kill. Makes it nighttime. Now silence on Leshrac. He wants to fight this a little bit, but he's in a bad spot. Is Tide Hunter coming? There's a toss, actually. Now Diabolic Edict. Good blocking from Babar. And here comes the Diabolic Edict, and now it's going to be a kill for sure on Balsam. So big pickups there. I think they maybe could have saved the, maybe the Storm Spirit if Tide Hunter was able to TP, but he really wants to get his Arcane Boots, because once he grabs Arcane, he's not going to have mana problems for the rest of the game. And I'm sure that's that moment that he really wants to pick up. So max out Anchor Smash on 225 physical damage every couple of seconds. Wow, 4 kills on Babar this game. He's doing excellent. That's amazing. 4 kills on a Leshrac support. So he's not only going to be able to completely afford all of the wards, but also get towards his item builds very quickly. He's got more kills than he has last hits, for God's sake. That's insane. Gold per minute is looking good as well. That's 366 on Invoker, 358 on the Windrunner. And net worth, actually, the highest is for Windrunner. Windrunner's been doing a great job safe lane soloing as a Windrunner. 50 last hits, especially with phase boots, very important, especially when you're last hitting against somebody. Oh, it's going to be a toss of Tide Hunter, I think. Or Tide Hunter's just going to walk in. We'll see. I thought we would see a Tide Hunter toss Ravage into a tiny combo, but thank you for the ping, random players, as CO barely dies. That was the Nature's Prophet ulti and 1 last hit from Babar. Nice stun, actually. Babar's doing so well. He's still got boots. He might be in trouble, though. He's been galed. A little bit of cooldown for Edict. He needs to break vision, and Night Stalker about to get it. There's 1 right click. He's now in the open. One nuke's going to start things off. Storm Spirit's going to fall up. Oh, the ball lightning. A lot of wasted mana there as Balsam backed off. He did have vision of Storm Spirit, I believe. Huge night vision, actually, from Night Stalker. Night vision for Night Stalker is actually equivalent to a regular hero's day vision. And his day vision is equivalent to a regular hero's night vision, I believe. So very, very inadequate day vision. But night vision is excellent. Believe it or not, there's actually some heroes that have equivalent night vision as Night Stalker. Did you guys know that? It's actually Enchantress, I believe. Slark, a couple other night-themed heroes actually have great night vision. So not coming into play this game, though. And there it is, Arcane as well as the TP Scroll. On Tidehunter, he's going to continue grabbing EXP. And, of course, ready to TP. And Ravage if needed. He still hasn't Ravaged yet, but it's there if he needs to. And as he levels up from here, he's going to max out Gush just to get the extra damage and armor reduction. So love seeing Tidehunters play like this. Long lane Tides with Anchor Smash. Very cool stuff. Level 8, and they just pick up Gush. So they might try to kill Windrunner. Windrunner is very squishy to a Tiny, so he's gonna have to have a lot of. He's gonna have to be very careful, basically. Tiny only has enough for one combo. They're running into Chen. Here is Chen. There's the Gush. Avalanche is actually gonna miss. Their toss is used, but it doesn't matter because Chen gets killed either way. And now Tidehunter a little bit behind enemy lines. Here comes Invoker. Calculus gonna cast something. It's gonna be Cold Snap first. He's a little worried about the Ravage. Big Night Stalker Void here. Pretty soon here. Here comes the Tornado. Silence as well. Going to put him low. And a nice power shot, actually, from Windrunners. They pick up Tide, not even giving him a chance to Ravage here. Fought actually way too far forward here. I don't like this. The mana isn't that high. And he doesn't even have boots. And Nature's Prophet gets a kill on Venomancer. Venomancer, where'd you die? Dive bottom. Yep. That was Venomancer getting killed. Actually, Babar getting an assist for that. Stealing the kill a little bit here. Just landed a Diabolic Edict. He did get galed. And Calculus picks up the haste, actually. Armin not going to be happy about that one. He could actually die here. He does have a toss. He's going to toss straight up, doing max damage. Storm Spirit comes in. Great Tornado, though. Wasting a lot of the mana. Another ball lining in as the Edict damage is going to clean him up. Leshrac with a 6 kill on the support hero. What is going on here? Man, 3 heroes from the Dire team just were doing really, really well. The GPM, actually, highest on the Radiant team is Nature's Prophet, who is actually not that fast of a jungler. He does have his Hand of Midas finish. 1 kill and 4 assists. He's been doing a nice job, but their GPM is not looking very good, especially on Tiny here. Only 269. This was able to be shut down by the fact of the aggressive tri-lane, and I would say MYM's aggressive tri-lane actually did pay off here. Now, they did, of course, lose the Chen pretty early on, and were forced to shift him back into their jungle, and as such, his EXP as well as his farm are behind, but they're not doing that bad. On the bright side, their Venomancer has absolutely nothing because he wasn't able to pull, but I think the aggressive tri-lane did actually pay off for the Dire team, so I'm pretty happy with how things are going for them. I'm sure they are too. I mean, they've got 6 kills on Leshrac. You can't complain about that. That's pretty much the best possible start you can get for a support here. Babar really playing a nice job though. Nature's Prophet thinking about teleporting. He's going to get spotted by Veno. Veno not even close to boots yet, but he does have some decent ward levels. And on the mid lane, Storm Spirit, 2 deaths and 2 assists. Really having a rough game here, as Calculus is now doing a good job. 43 last hits here. Still doesn't have a face, but I mean, he's got last hits, and that's really all you need, right? He's got to feel good about it. Level 9 Tidehunter now. Gush is going to be maxed out pretty soon here. And Windrunner shows back up. So this is a very extended laning stage going on in this game. Let's grab all the last hits with Power Shot, which he will grab. Possible fight going on bottom. Night Stalker's looking for a kill, going after Babar, but great creep blocking from the trees. He's so fast, though, can't matter. Oh, great stun. Dropping the trees to juke away as we see a Gale, but I think it actually did land on our man, so he is taking some damage. Nature's Prophet ulti, big Ravage, actually only going to catch the Veno, though, and Veno dies pretty much for nothing, and Babar finally going to lose his killing spree as Invoker picks up that kill. Nice toss on Balsam, and the Anchor Smash Gush. Solid pickup and combo from Tiny. Now Calculus is one in trouble. He uses a Tango, trying to juke a little bit more. He's pretty fast though. PS is going to have a Gush in 3 seconds. Good Tornado, slowing things down a little bit. Looks like they're also chasing after the Storm Spirit, who does have boots, but an Avalanche on Calculus. Big toss as well. Big damage, and the Anchor Smash is picking up the kill. What's up, Storm Spirit? Looking for Shackle. He's got to be very careful of his positioning here. Not able to get it off. Might need to do some right-clicking here. There's the Force Staff. Oh, not able to grab the Shackle. Good attempt, though. And now he just wants to block here. This Chen's going to catch up with the double damage. Test of Faith in a second. He's getting very low, though. Really see the Gush that's actually going on Chen. Back up to the high ground, and Babar shows up using Diabolic Edict on top. A good power shot picks off the Storm Spirit. A Shockwave on Tidehunter as well. And Windrunner just may die here. It's going to be close. Babar gets the kill. That's his 7th support kill here. His PAS is getting low. Balsam wants a Void. He's going to get it in a second here. Tidehunter goes down. Now shifting back. And Leshrac is going back to base. 950 gold. 7 kills for a support here. What is going on, Babar? That is insane. Killmaster, and all he's got is a Bracer because he's doing a good job supporting, buying wards. Look at the wards that are up. Well, not the Radiant wards, but I'm sure he has put them up. What is the GPM on this guy? Jeez. GPM. That's not GPM. There it is, GPM. Gold per minute, 244, despite having 7 kills. Not as much as he would hope. So, Drum is up, 1 is up on Tiny. Drum, great item for Tiny, mostly because of the fact that it's all stats that he needs. He wants HP, he wants damage, he wants agility for attack speed, and he also wants the intelligence, especially when he skips arcane boots like he has this game. Drum is a great choice, really increases, and his attack speed. I mean, 9 agility, that's 9 attack speed, plus 5 from the drum itself, and he can get drum charges. All around a very fast hero at the moment, plus not to mention Grow also gives him a little bit of movement speed. 20 movement speed there, very excellent. Calculus still sitting bot here. Force Staff and the Phase Boots. And Tidehunter's level 10. Looking for kills. They really want to grab Calculus here. He's actually teleporting. Man, there's a team fight going on. Shen's going to pick up the Leshrac. Babar, no, you're doing too well. Balsam is running the opposite direction. He eats the Gush, but he's going to catch up. Nice Sprout to try to give some vision, but he's going to be out of there, I think. Oh, he's going to try to juke and TP out. Will they spot him? Nope, no Ravage in time. He didn't even notice him. So they TP mid to try to save Babar, but it's not going to matter. And that's his second death now. Calculus just with the Wand, Force Staff, and Phase Boots. We actually have an invisible Storm Spirit who could initiate, but really is so far behind this game. He might grab him. Vortex. Oh, he does grab the Vortex. A little right click on him. Good Tornado buy him some time and a Force Staff usage. Storm Spirit wanted to dodge that. I think he did, but all the mana is drained out of everybody else. Nature's Prophet has to go back to base. His mech is finished, though. And I think he's just going to walk here. Which kind of sucks because he doesn't have boots yet. Pretty mediocre movement speed. Going to be nerfed in the future. In the meantime, Venomancer is trying to farm up some boots. Very good to do this, actually, at ancient camps if you're behind, because you really don't need to take that much physical damage. You can just stack the wards up and grab some EXP and farm. At the very least, this will probably get him to 7. We'll see what it gives him, actually. Actually, not going to do it. But he does get about 200 gold every time a Black Dragon dies, so big gold advantage for him. That was 400 gold at least that he got. He's going to grab boots off of this and some smokes and possibly some wards as well. Something he definitely needed. And he was not able to contribute in the last team fight. But it's okay because their team is still doing okay. Surprisingly, KP actually in the advantage for kills. But it's mostly because Babar has been just absolutely destroying this game. Check out some other stats here. Gold per minute still an Invoker's advantage. Windrunner at second. Net worth is actually decent. How does that make sense? I guess the gold per minute is decently close for the Nature's Prophet, but you can see net worth still looking good. Last hits and denies. Windrunner still at the lead, despite 1 death, 2 kills, and 1 assist. Not doing too bad. Probably we'll see her shift into Sheepstick immediately after this, I'm guessing. There's a Hand of Midas up. Still up on Nature's Prophet, about to be off cooldown, of course. And Arman's pushing bot lane, double damage, and he's most likely going to go Yasha next, assuming we see the same kind of tiny builds that we've seen in the past. He does pretty much insane damage. It's actually kind of funny. He has to wait till the creeps get to half HP before he can last hit them. Babar wants to make more kills. He's actually skilling Lady Storm this game. Interesting. I kind of like this a lot, though. I mean, the Dire team has a lot of push power, and if they can just slow down the push, they can just wait till late game. Tiny will carry, as will Storm Spirit in some factors. So I think this is pretty smart for him, especially because he does have more EXP than you'd normally see out of a support hero. It's actually going to pay off Calculus even eating a little damage. So slowing down the push slightly. Tidehunter wants to push and fight. He's got a level 2 Ravage, 350 AoE damage. Tiny is going to actually Avalanche. He's going to toss on top of Calculus, puts him low. There's Storm Spirit going in. Gale's actually going to land on 2 as we see Shackle not latch. Tornado EMP. EMP does not actually drain any mana at all there as the mid tower is going to go down. Leshrac picking off the kill. Casey did not have enough things dead under his name. Phase Boots on Nightstalker, that's all he's got, 1,000 gold in the bank. Looks like he wants to buy point booster. He's actually going to catch him. Here comes the Gush as well. Possible Ravage. Deafening Blast buys him a second. Shackle shot as well. Will they get the kill? And Nightstalker's going to get sent back, maybe. But he does get killed before Chen is able to do it. Not enough. No mech finish. Arman eats a cold snap, pops the drum as well. PS going to Ravage it, catches 2. 1 Anchor Smash first, and a Gush on Calculus as he drops. Maybe even the Nino. I think he doesn't know where he is right now. He's just right clicking. He does get killed. Slight mistake for him. Oh, epic power shot on 3 heroes. But I don't think it matters. I mean, Ravage, the damage was done. They're going to pick off all of these Chen creeps. Slightly more gold than EXP, despite the Storm Spirit getting moderately shut down here. We're seeing a big advantage now for the Radiant team, finally peeking up past the graph. And most importantly, huge EXP advantage out of them. Despite them, I mean, they had a Nature's Prophet, I suppose, so they were equal on jungling heroes. But look at the wards, just really slowing down the push. I don't know if they're going to be able to grab this. Now, the main problem is I don't speak Russian, so I'm not going to be able to answer Versuta, I believe. And to the jungle with Nature's Prophet. And this is the nicest thing about Nature's Prophet. You finish your push and you immediately go back to farming. The Dire team's not even set up for farming yet. We already have 3 heroes picking up gold and EXP in the jungle. So that's going to continue to give the Radiant team an advantage as they just accelerate their farm. So 2200 gold. Yasha will be soon. Windrunner doesn't like illusions, and they're actually going to survive because they're so beast. I mean, you've got 8 kills on your support hero. Surely your Leshrac illusions can just tank damage. He's actually going to pull the creep wave pass. I like this. He's basically trying to do as much damage as possible to the tower by pulling those illusions away. Luckily for the Dire team, Windrunner actually took care of that and took care of the illusions. Otherwise, this tower may have fallen, or at least gotten in deny range, which would be good for MYM, but it won't be able to get there. Just a little bit of damage from the catapult. Some slight fighting in the mid lane. Tidehunter goes for Cloak. Actually, no regen on him, but he does finish his Blink Dagger, which is going to be excellent, obviously. So, and there's the Yasha finish on Tiny. Now he's extremely fast, running for about 400 and 200 with phase boots. It's insane. He's pretty much max movement speed when he uses phase boots, which is pretty ridiculous. And he will be there when he actually gets grow finished and uses phase. So fights bottom. Actually, we see Balsam get quite kind of low. Storm Spirit low as well. Nature's Prophet's going to ulti this. I don't think he's going to be able to grab this kill, though. Venom ulti is going to land on 3 of those. Looks bad for Storm Spirit. He's got to get out of there. He does use the Vortex, though, running away as far as possible, but the Void puts him low. Down to 1. He does get killed. But Babar gets another kill. 10 kills on Babar now. A level 11 Leshrac. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Arcane Boots, Ogre Club. And Nature's Prophet in the jungle, continuing to use Hand of Midas. He's going to Midas and get home. So, level 12 on him. Let's look at the EXP gain here. Still very heavily in the Radiant team's favor, despite Storm Spirit really not being that effective this game. They're still going up in advantage. Gold advantage is up. Here's the KD, 10 kills on Babar. Everybody else sitting pretty mediocre. 11 assists on Nature's Prophet. He's been doing great this game. Really playing a really nice Nature's Prophet, actually taking the gold advantage lead finally, despite not having very many kills. He's been doing a great job supporting. Net worth, yep, he's at the lead. Windrunner's still doing a nice job for the Dire team, but Invoker's farm has now slowed a little bit. He has not been able to pick up his Drone of Endurance yet, most likely because, oh, there it is. Most likely because he does not have a face, just kind of has like this pinky skull cap and hair combo. And the Nino is level 9, still does not have his mech as well, which is... Okay, there it is. He does have his mech. I was going to say, that's a really late mech. Good creeps, though. 2 centers and a satyr. Can push this lane pretty easily here. And Balsam on the bot lane. Has he grabbed anything new? It's going to be a Vitality booster, which was actually quite late. I mean, if he was doing really well, he could have had a Vanguard quite early in this game. He probably will be making a Vanguard here, but... doesn't have that much contribution. The silence is still going to be excellent. Phase Boost does some nice damage with your attack speed, but it's almost nighttime, so he's about to have a good time. We'll see. Leshrac takes top tower, another kill. It's a second tower kill for Leshrac now. Mid tower will be denied. Tiny goes in. Actually, great tornado buys him a second. Creeps are going to stay on the tower. They need to stay on the tower. They have to get this last hit. Are they going to be too busy? I think it is going to be killed, and it does get killed by the Dire team. That was very close. Nice tornado by the Invoker, though, stopping the initiation. Storm Spirit is top. I'm not going to see a cold snap. You can just ball lightning away pretty easily here. So he still hasn't picked up his mech, actually. He's just sitting on the courier. He really needs to grab this in case he gets initiated on. Level 9, though, so he's getting some decent EXP. And Hazer bottom. Vanguard's finished on Night Stalker, so he will be able to fight decently. But smoke is used. They're looking for initiation. It's going to be on Shen. Shen, you look to be in trouble. You know, I don't even think a mech would have saved him there for some reason. Might have died either way, but the very smart gank. Now, the creep wave is so far pushed up now at the tier 2 tower. All they need to do is get 1 kill, and now they feel safe about fighting. I mean, they already have an advantage, but now they have a 5v4 advantage. Totally okay for them to fight this. Downside is not enough mana on the Tidehunter for a full combo. There's only 2 sets of Arcane Boots. He really needs to eat the Leshrac Arcane as well as himself, and then he can do a Blink ulti plus Gush and Anchor Smash. Very important that he's able to do all of these. And there's the first one. Actually, don't even want to fight. They're like, alright, we took our advantage. We're going to go farm. Don't want to force this at all. There's that combo for Tiny. Level 14 now as Craig Exterior's max. His armor is actually decent, especially with the agility pickups so far. Up to 10 armor. Some chasing actually from the Radiant team. And there's the Silence on Tide looking for a stun. Stuns does still land. Tornado's going to whiff everything actually. And he actually may just juke this. Nice play by Tidehunter there. Did he TP? Oh, did he get his TP interrupted? He actually gets shot. Oh my god, they found him. Are you serious? Wow, he's actually going to die. He might die to is he going to kill Veno? Nope. Okay, good try by Tiny. I don't know how they spotted that. They must have power shot it or something. I'm not quite sure. Wow, they lose too. It's actually a decent mistake from the raiding team from Kaipi. It's very important that when you escape and leave the battle, you retreat as a team. What happened there was everybody just kind of split off. They didn't run together. And MYM has a lot of chasing heroes like Night Stalker, and they got 2 kills out of that, which is a big advantage. I mean, that almost makes it not worth it to take the tower in some ways. I mean, they have better map control, but losing the EXP and giving the EXP back to the Dire team is scary. And as you can see, it has stifled their advance a little bit. Gold graph still does go up because of the tower kill, but makes things tough. Gold per minute, still nothing extremely impressive from either side, but neither team really has a major hard carry. No Morphlings, anti-mages, Naga Sirens, things like that. So kind of understandable. Things haven't been that ridiculous. Net worth still getting better and better for the raiding team. Nature's Prophet is still in the lead. Tiny is actually catching up now. And he actually goes Hyperstone. He's not going to go... I don't know if he's going to grab Aghanim's Scepter or not. Maybe he's just going to go AC. I don't think this would be that ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, his ability to kill towers is going to be extremely lessened by not having Aghanim's Scepter, but his single target hero damage, at least right now, is way higher than it normally would be for an Aghanim's Tiny. If this was an Aghanim's Tiny, this would be 2,000 gold worth of Point Booster or Ogre Club or maybe even a Yasha, something like that, which is not going to increase your damage or your DPS by that much. Until the item's finished. Once the Aghanim's is finished, yeah, it does great damage, but before that point, your attack speed is a little bit too low. So this is kind of cool. This is actually, I think this is actually going to really help his farming out by a lot. Might get him towards the Aghanim Scepter subsequently after that fact a little faster. Now BKB Storm Spirit is what he's aiming for. Leshrac doing the same. A lot of creeps mid though. They're just going to take the tower. I think they're just going to hit this thing. And oh, Glyph, 17 HP. Are they going to commit to this? There's the, oh, nice last hit by Storm Spirit. He's going to take 1 Void, but a Sprout in on Night Stalker. Night Stalker actually might be in trouble. We did see the Nature's Prophet ulti. They're going down on Invoker. Big right clicks there. Shackle Shot's going to stop him for a second. Armman does do a toss, but he's out of mana. There's the Ravage. Catches 2 heroes. Anchor Smash on 2 as well. Storm Spirit goes in. Nice Remnant, and they pick off 2 heroes. Great plays from the raiding team. Balsam as well. Taking some lightning. And they may continue pushing this. They did use the Ravage. There's a Meteor doing some nice damage to the Tiny, or the Tide Hunter, sorry. They really don't have a lot of regen though. Pretty much limited to Mechanism in 23 seconds. No Urn is up. Tide Hunter is going more and more tanky. Plate Mail is his next pickup. I guess they're just going to back off. They got a tower. Huge last hit from the Storm Spirit. And they picked off 2 heroes. So even more EXP. They can immediately go back to farming. The Dire team has to sit and wonder, are we going to die right now? Do we feel safe farming? And this is going to further and further cement the Radiant's lead. They're doing a great job, honestly. If you guys want to see how to take a lead safely in a game, they are doing a great job. The only mistake they've made so far was not retreating as a group on the top lane, but other than that, they've done a great job, honestly. Just further and further cementing your lead, which is what you want to do if you want to be able to win Dota. I think these guys want to win, and if they do win, they're going to tie it up 1-1. They'll both take a point out of today's match. So there it is. Hyperstone first, Point Booster is next, and then he's going to finish his Aghanim Scepter. I don't think he's going to finish AC first. He's just going to go Hyperstone into the following items. So, but I think he will be able to get to the item after Aghanim's a little bit faster this way, obviously. So increasing his GPM and stuff like that. Nothing really that new in kills, death, and assists, other than Tiny being assist master, as well as Nature's Prophet being a major assist master. 12 assists on him. There's the GPM. There is the net worth. I suppose I should leave that up more than a fraction of a second, huh? Net worth still looking pretty good for them. And last hits and denies, if you guys are curious. Very, very low last hit game. This is extremely low for an overall game, but it kind of just reflects the type of heroes that are being played, as well as the play style for the matchup. And that's basically what they have to do right now. The Radiant team is more concerned about farming up on all of their heroes, as well as taking towers when they can and possibly getting ganks off, but not as much as just letting one guy get insane amounts of gold and farm. So Invoker will take some last hits here. And we're going to have Storm Spirit actually TP in. Okay, they're going to try to grab the kill on Invoker. We'll see if this is going to be doable. He does have Invoke off. Here comes the ball, lightning, and the Vortex as well. Great Tornado, actually perfect timing. And he immediately goes invisible. Nice play. Very, very close on the Tornado there. That was absolutely necessary. And if he didn't grab the Tornado, I dare say he would have died, most likely. Nature's Prophet doesn't do that much damage at the moment, but Storm Spirit has some decent bursts, especially with Static Remnant. As well as some right clicks, of course. Overload is not to be underestimated. It does 90 damage per hit. It's pretty good. And Night Stalker grabbing some farm as well. Not the best farmer in the game. It's actually got 3,400 gold. What is he going to buy? I think this is going to be a BKB, to be honest. He's got Quelling Blade, so Sprout won't be a problem. but still they're going to have to worry about Ravage and Split Earth and Tiny Combo and Storm Spirit. If he grabs the BKB, I think this is going to be the right choice for Balsam, especially because he already has regen and HP from Vanguard and Damage Block. I think he really needs to be able to team fight effectively, and BKB is going to be the way to do it. Storm Spirit really wanting the kills. Oh, he's actually not going to get that one. He gets sent back by Chen. Possible fight going on bottom. Tiny is really fast, guys. He's going after this kill. Windrunner is used. He does not want to deal with that because he knows the Windrunner is just going to get help eventually from allies, and that's already there. There's Calculus. He's got a smoke. Actually, they popped it. They want this kill. They see him. He's only so fast. Windrunner actually stops for a second here. Calculus. Oh, and now he's in trouble. Here's the Avalanche actually, and the toss. He doesn't have any combos at all. Cold Snap is well being used. Shackle Shot's going to land in R, man. You are in trouble, man. Craigisteer will proc on Nature's Prophet, but it's not going to matter. And all four of MYM now pushing bottom. They're doing to the Radiant team what was done to them before. Night Stalker's actually going to go back, though, because he's going to try to defend. And he buys BKB full out. There's the bottle charges as well. And full healed. Luckily for them, they have a Wildkin Tornado, which is doing tons of damage here. Tidehunter's going to disconnect, and we're going to have to pause until he gets back into the game. Now, while we're waiting here, we can check out some graphs and things like that. It's the gold graph looking pretty good for the Radiant team, 7,500. Not a huge advantage at this point, but it's still a moderate advantage. Definitely very healthy. EXP is probably the more important thing, especially if we look at the hero levels very specifically. 13, 16, I'm sorry, there should be a pop-up for this that is more awesome. Hero level, it's the insert button. That one. Hero level. So if you look at the hero levels, the Radiant team's not, they're slightly ahead. I mean, if you look at their lowest levels compared to the Dire team's lowest levels, they have a pretty big advantage. This includes level 2 ultis, this includes maxing out all of your primary skills, and all around just being very, very useful in the mid-game. I also like how Leshrac actually just skipped his ulti. This is kind of more of an old school build, but I mean, basically the way that Leshrac kind of works is your ulti burns your mana like crazy, especially if you don't have a Bloodstone, which is the build that he skipped this game. So if you only have 1,000 mana, you can actually get a little bit more leverage out of just casting your basic spells. And as long as you stay alive, the cooldowns are very low. I mean, it's a 9-second cooldown on Split Earth. It's a 5.5-second cooldown on Lightning Storm. And it's actually much more cost efficient to cast this once than it is to leave your ulti on. Well, it does more damage. Pulse Nova does do a lot more damage. 100 damage a second if you had a level 2 right now, and it's 40 mana per second plus the initial. Well, you turn it on for 110. It's very expensive, actually, mana cost. But damage over time is a little bit higher for Pulse Nova, probably. But Lightning Storm a little safer, so I'm sure he'll pick up. Maybe he'll pick it up eventually. He's already got stat levels, but we'll see. Did he reconnect? Yes, he did. So we're going to be resuming here. Anyways, hero levels are looking better for the Radiant team. All of their lower level heroes are going to have full skills and everything. Surprising that Storm Spirit's actually at the bottom, considering that he was their solo mid, but just how things have been going for them. Windrunner is trying to finish her Sheepstick as fast as possible. She's only 700, about 900 gold away. Definitely getting close. So Leshrac will continue to farm. Pile Dies is going to continue to farm, level 16 here. He's got 4,000 gold. What is he going to pick up? Probably going to be a Sheepstick, most likely. I'm going to expect at least. He's going to hopefully wait to stack these. I hope he stacks this. Stack it. Stack it. He's not going to stack it. I'm sad. Always makes you sad when people don't stack. But that's okay. He's just going to grab the farm and continue on his way. Sometimes people forget to check. Night Stalker is controlling mid a little bit. His BKB is still very fresh. Roshan is still up. Roshan has not been taken this game. Teams are just okay with that, I suppose. He can sell his wand for 250 and pick up a TP scroll. A little surprising to see wand sold over bottle, but bottle does have the added benefit of if you can grab a DD rune, such as this, as Storm Spirit has now snagged a DD rune, you can save this for quite a while. 2 minutes. 2 minutes that your team says, we could fight a team fight and we'll have a double damage on our carry. That's very effective. Even on a Night Stalker here, you can put him up to about 300 damage. You're thinking about jumping on NS. Not a lot of ward vision at the moment, just a dire ward at the moment. It's an MYM ward. Not too much happening, just a lot of farming basically. Nature's Prophet going back top. He has 4,600 gold. He's about 500 away from his Sheepstick, I believe. And yeah, I'm sorry. Did I say 1,000 or 500? I think I said 500, which is wrong. It's about 1,000. But he's getting an insane farm up here, getting all the last hits, especially with this Treon today. And it looks like the Dire team, or I'm sorry, this is Radiant team, decides they want to take tower or take Roshan. So Armen is on it. He's got 1,200 gold. He does not have his Aghanim Scepter finished. He's actually quite a ways away from it. 2,800. I'm sorry, 1,800 gold. But now with a little right click, they will be able to take out the Roshan. Oh, Dire team's actually coming. There's a power shot. It's going to look bad for the Radiant, and now they're going to have to back up. They're like, oh god, they found us. Tornado EMP going to land on Armen, putting him low 700. Somebody's coming from the other side. It's actually going to be Night Stalker going in. He wants to kill Armen. He does use the Quelling Blade, going to change target, so hitting Pylai die a little bit. We see an ulti there. Gale on top of Babar. Venom's going to ulti as well, but he's going to die so fast. Lightning gets casted by Babar. Needs to stay alive. He's got a wand, which he has used now. There's the toss. Right click on Night Stalker. Night Stalker does get worked down all the way. Chen as well. There's the Ravage finally. PS had to wait until the BKBs ran out, and it finally does pay off in a big teamfight win from Kaipi. Probably we could look at that as farm advantage here. He almost TP'd on the windroad, but now I think he's going to give it up because of that toss. Kind of messing him up. Armen takes the damage. I'm really surprised they won that team fight though, because they were the ones to get initiated on. Though it was not the best coordination from the Dire team. Night Stalker was a little bit earlier than the rest of the team. Can he grab her from the high ground? It's going to be close. Who's going to grab the last hit? A couple right clicks, and yeah, he's going to fall. Rainy gets the last hit. Stormsphere picks up the Aegis. Armen re-picks up Fata's wand, actually. So 1,000 gold away, and Tiny's going to be able to have his Aghanim Scepter. So big team fight win for the Radiant team. That's going to further execute their EXP and gold advantage. 1,200 in climbing, 10k in climbing for gold. This is not looking good for the Dire team, especially after that. They really needed to win their team fight, and I think that was one of the breaking points. If they could have won the fight there, they would have evened things up so much more. They would have taken Roshan, most likely put it on some hero, but I mean, either way, as the game goes on, it's getting more and more behind for them. Like, they really need to get an advantage this game, and they're so behind at this point. 600 gold, what was that from? Probably sold something. I don't know what that was. He's got a lot of money. I think it's going to be Shiva's Guard. Yeah, this is going to be Shiva's Guard. Cool pickup for Tidehunter. It's going to make him so tanky, especially against a team that doesn't have a lot of carry. Reduce their attack speed by a further 25%. Yeah, I'm cool with that. That should be really effective. Not to mention the extra mana. He can even go Refresher after this in some freak universe where he has insane amounts of farm. I also kind of like that he skipped the pipe this game. It wasn't absolutely necessary. If there was maybe a Sand King, someone with a lot of burst magic on the Dire team, it would have been a little bit more scary and necessary to maybe go pipe, but I think it's very okay that he went for the Shiva's Guard this game. It's going to be, I mean, he's not going to be able to die anymore, essentially. Unless he gets Veno ulti, but still level 1, it's only about, 450 magic damage. As he levels up, this will do a lot more, but they're definitely very limited. And it looks like another player is going to be going for, was this Atsy? Did he do this last game? Yeah, he was playing the Crystal Maiden last game. He is actually going for a Halberd again. I love seeing this. Assange, at least. He's going to grab Assange for sure. He'll have a Halberd afterwards, unless he's just going to make treads once again, which I assume he is going Halberd. Halberd, it's a great support item, honestly. The evasion is awesome. You're always going to be taking right clicks from the enemy carry, so I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. And 18 gold away, and he's going to have the Aghanims. Oh, Fata, you're in trouble. Oh, wow, he did not get his cast off in time. He's got Aghanims, though. Or, I'm sorry, that's not an Aghanims. That is called a Aegis. Can he ball lightning? Oh, he BKBs. He's going to do it. He's going to actually, wow, take a lot of damage. Tide goes in. There's the Ravage. Oh, man, so many heroes caught on that one. Chen gets nailed. Nature's Prophet comes in. Possible BKB from Night Stalker pretty soon here. No Aghanims on Tiny, but he's happy to fight. A couple right clicks on Windrunner. Babar is getting very low, and I dare say Babar is going to die here. He does get picked off a Shackle on Tiny as well. Armen needs to buy, and he does buy. But Night Stalker, you are next. There's a toss back as well. And a couple more right clicks on Balsam as he's trying to escape, but the right clicks are too much. And Fata was actually able to stay alive there. I don't think we saw any buybacks from any of those heroes. If we look at buybacks, there's no cooldowns. There was no buybacks. That was just a straight-up team fight. Aegis being burned initially by Stormsphere, and then the rest of the Radiant team ready to fight. PS did an awesome job with his Blink Ravage. Did he even use the Shivas? I think he might have forgotten about his Shivas there. Would have been awesome to Blink Shiva's Anchor Smash. But he forgot, and they still won the team fight, so it still worked out. Very hard to remember when you get brand new items like that, though. Mana drained. And there it is. There's the tree. And this is where Tiny gets insanely scary, and his carry potential actually gets pretty ridiculous. His mana is still very low, but he's looking for an opportunity. He wants an avalanche. So I guess they're going to back off. They're not really ready to fight. They're all so low on mana. I think this is absolutely necessary. And they don't have Ravage anyways, so sure, back off. Nature's Prophet will continue farming. He's got a gem. He's 3-0-15. Man, he is doing really well. Pylai Die really impressing me this game. He's been playing excellent. Level 19. He's even got sick Nature's Prophet items. Check these out, guys. Did he have something rare? Or am I crazy? Oh, he tracks kills on his staff. That's cool. Too bad it doesn't track assists because he is the assist master this game. So, Haste Rune being used, or Bottle Lane, that is. Tidehunter going to go fill up his mana pool. 700 gold on him. I would still like to see a pipe, though, on somebody. I mean, I think it's necessary to pick that up. It's a pipe, like, You might as well. They have a Veno ulti. I mean, the Veno ulti can be stopped, essentially. That's 400 HP. They're still winning team fights without it, but Babar keeps dying, though. Despite him having insane amounts of kills as a support here, he still is dying. Sad for him, but he's probably, I'm sure he's doing a decent job. At least, as long as he gets the damage off. Stuns a couple people, throws some lightning, Edict as well. Edict definitely not as useful late game as it is early, but... And it is actually going to be Treads on Venomancer, so he goes Ogre Club into Treads. A very weird build. Lots of HP at least. Storm Spirit goes in mid, actually wants to fight somebody. It's going to be a Hex on Calculus. That was actually Storm Spirits. How did he even farm that Sheepstick? I didn't even see that happen. Ball Lightning's to the high ground, but he's completely out of mana. BKB now popped. There's another Hex on top of the Windrunner. She gets killed very easily. And Sprout, as Atsi absolutely jukes them. That's a pretty sick juke. Smoke is used, I think. Was that a smoke? Yes, it was. RMC smoke. I don't know what RMC means. Maybe like really manly channel or something. There's the Edict damage creep spawn at the perfect time for the Dire team to keep that alive, but now the tower's going to go down so quickly as the Tidehunter. And not the Tidehunter, that other T hero, it's tiny. Not the same. Glyph is used, it's going to buy them a slight amount of time, but they've got 2 dead heroes, Windrunner as well as a Night Stalker. And I don't think they can hold this off. Midrax is going to fall for sure. There's a blink in. Nice Hex. Is he going to remember Shivas? He did use it this time, and he goes in, and they clean up so hard. Wow, MYM was waiting for the respawns to engage, and no, Tidehunter was like, no, we're not waiting on your terms. We are going in. We're dropping your team. Buyback is going to happen from Invoker, and bot tower is getting very, very low, being dropped by Armen, of course. There's not a whole lot Calculus can do. He's actually on major cooldown for all of his spells and Invoke. Only level 17. He actually could get level 4 in his Invoke, I believe, but a little bit of mess up. There's the Silence BKB now on Balsam. They got to fight here. Armen does get shackled, some initiation. A little surprised they didn't try to finish him off there. Only down to 200 HP, and wow, Night Stalker just actually runs. And he's going to die as a result. Babar runs out of mana. Yeah, we also see a Chen die. So Chen goes down as well as Night Stalker. Calculus getting followed up. Nice Shackle as well. Atzi wants to use his ulti, and good game is called, so it's going to be 1-1. Kaipi is going to take the second game, and we're going to see a 1-1. Both MYM and Kaipi are going to take a point in the GosuLeague for Division 1 here. So, no, Pylai die. You can't die. You can't die. No! He's going to die. Almost perfect game from Nature's Prophet. Though you could argue that he was overly aggressive because they called good game. Yeah, and thanks everybody for watching. If you guys are on Dota TV, we appreciate it here. Our man is going to end up dying. My name's Purge. I'm a GosuGamers caster. Make sure you guys go check out GosuGamers.net for all of your Dota 2, Esports, StarCraft 2, now covering League of Legends, all of these esports titles. Dare I say Warcraft 3? If that scene still goes on. But great game so far. There's going to be a lot more casts coming up, guys. I am not the only GosuGamers caster covering matches today. I believe LD is going to be covering 2 Division 2 matches, or Division 1 matches, excuse me. Let me pull that up on my other monitor here. So if I look at that, we shortly have Shiva is currently casting GL versus NextKZ. Coming up in a second, we have Navi versus Shakira. LD is going to be casting that over on his channel, which is going to be twitch.tv/LDDota. I'm sure you can also go to the GosuGamers homepage to check that out. And immediately after LD covers that best of 1, or the best of 2, sorry, he's going to also be casting Dare versus Mouse. Also another Division 1 game. That's the new Dare lineup, as well as Mouse. I don't really know who Mouse is running with currently, but I do know it's a new Dare lineup, I believe. I think it's all Bulgarians, or am I wrong? I can't remember. I can't remember which country their team is, but I believe it doesn't involve art style, I think. I might be wrong. I can't remember. There's also a lot of Division 2 games going on. What is Hip is also going to be casting Iron versus Moscow 5 in Division 2. That's actually going to be a great Division 2 game. And on top of that, we also have Blightwind, one of our new GosuGamers casters, going to be casting Ubelst versus Queen of Pain Top, I guess, is the other team. Those are Division 2 matches, which you guys can also watch. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to see more from me specifically, you can go to my website. It's purgegamers.com. Make lots of YouTube casting and other awesome content. Thanks for tuning in. This game was great, as was the first one. And really excited to be casting once again. Lots of GosuLeague is going on, so make sure you guys stay tuned to GosuGamers.net. You can check the match trackers on the right side to see what matches are coming up, bet on them, and other lots of awesome things. So thanks again for watching Dota TV. We appreciate you guys buying the tickets, and we'll see you guys later. I think that's going to be it for me today, but I appreciate you guys watching, and once again, thanks for watching.